Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Gwen with CraftyLadyDesigns.com. I have a new little one signature junk journal. It's a 40-page junk journal with embellishments and tags and pockets and etc. Uh, the uh, the papers that I used were downloads. A Victorian Diary is the name of the paper line, and it is by Screech Owl Studios. I just downloaded the whole packet, but I didn't use all of it in here. But I did use this was a digital download and the back as well. It came together and I cut them in half. I've also used some lace to cover up the spine. Now this is a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and I did cover it up with laces. And then I just have a small, oh, it's hard to see. I do have just a small crystal uh, catch here on the side. And then the back is plain. I secured it with coffee dyed seam binding, and then just with two eyelets on the front and the back. So let's go inside. I made one of these 40-page uh, journals, junk journals for an exchange that we're doing on Junk Journal Junkie. Now this I'm going to put on my consignment shop, capturedonpaper.com. However, I'm going to do another video and I'm going to post this as well on junkjournaljunkies.com. We just don't have any advertisement on that particular site. So let's go inside. I just love it. It was fun to make. Now the basis for the book is parchment cardstock. It's 65 pound. It's an 8.5 by 11 sheet cut down to size because I correlated it with the size of this. Let me find my ruler. It measures uh, virtually 5 and 3/8 by 7 and 3/8. 5 and 3/8 by 7 and 3/8. So I cut down the cardstock. Now the weight is great, it's 65 pound, and then when you add this, I copied this off on 65 pound cardstock as well. So when you put it together, it made it nice and sturdy. So let's go in. Oh, I just love making these journals. Um, I've ordered an awful lot of online supplies and I've ordered them from various places, and I don't want to leave anybody out, and I hope I certainly don't. But I ordered like these little bags, these little glassine bags, and some various things through here, and I'll try to point them out from Sagita Coffee Stains. Sagita Coffee Stains, I've ordered an awful lot of stuff from her. She also has a YouTube show as well. So when you open it up, I just took a piece of the download and made a pocket, and I stamped this. This was plain here, and I stamped this family is everything. I stamped that on there. This was on the paper line. And then I took a Martha Stewart punch and punched this out, and I filled it with, and this there again was the download from Screech Owl Studios, and it was, excuse me, the Victorian Diary, I'm sorry. Now this is a bag from, oh dear, I gotta pull this out too. There's some, a Tattered Dream. These little bags are from Tattered Dream. They're new and they're different sizes. And I just cut the top off with some uh, decorative scissors. And there's nothing in it. It's just a bag. So you could add whatever you'd like. This is an envelope that I did buy from a Tattered Dream, and I stenciled a butterfly on it. I made a little stop, and then when you open it up, it doesn't have anything in it right now, but you could put photos or notes or various things inside the envelope. And that goes in the pocket as well. This is just a coffee dyed uh, book tag that I've added. This is just a journaling card that you could journal on the back as well. I like to stagger these. And then this is a glassine little from uh, Sagita's store, little glassine. It's kind of an ecru color. And then they're darling. They come in clear, and then they come in this little uh, ecru color. And then I just put in a little journaling card. Now on the back of the journaling card, I've left rooms where you could journal. So she just fits in here, and she cute. Now I did have to cut this down. This was from the diary paper as well, the download, but I had to cut it down to fit in the little envelope on one side. It was just a little, so I've got to I'm trying to secure this. This, there we go. This is not a Tim Holtz. It's like Timmy Holtz's, but this is from scrapadabadoo.com. They come in colors, the little mark there. This is from A Tattered Dream. Now this is calligraphy paper that I buy in the arts department at Hobby Lobby. I took Martha Stewart's and just punched in the center of it. It is parchment paper, but it is in the arts department where they sell inks and calligraphy supplies, etc. I made this. This is a trifold where you can journal on this, and I just glued it on 3 sides. It has a napkin, and I made the little flower with a button and some twine, and I made it on, I glued it down on 3 sides, and so you could use that as a pocket. This is just a stamp. This is just, and I got this from, I don't know whether it's A Tattered Dream or I think it was A Tattered Dream. It's just a card. It's a caboose mystery. I don't know. It's just a card. And it sits down in there as well. Now, this is a little pocket that came with the collection. It's like a coin envelope that I made, and this came with it as well. This is the insert, and there again on the back, I run all my downloads twice. I run the decorative side, and then I turn them over and run this lined side, so you could and same way with the little coin envelope. And this fits down inside this, and then I just made a pull with some of the calligraphy paper, and that fits down in as well. This is a stamped corrugated sheet that I made that we've seen all over. It's just it's off of a box, and I stripped off the layer to leave the corrugated and use it as, use it as a stamp for journaling, like so, and then I just stamped across the bottom. I didn't do every page. This is just a stencil that I have. Now this is a half page. I virtually took an 8.5 by 11 coffee dye paper, cut it in half, and then cut it in half, folded it in half, and then cut it in half, and made just a half paper where you can, just for some interest, and also where you could journal. And there again, Martha's stamp in the center. This is a Rita Downey design, the little corner pocket. You've seen it used a lot now, I think, but it was her design. I've stamped the top. This is just flying by to say hi. Here's another one of the little cards, and I do think this was from A Tattered Dream, and this fits down in there. Just another card from the download, and there again, it's stamped on the back where you could journal. Now, you can also open up the little corner pocket and journal in there as well. This is just a blank page. These are antique napkins. Now, I think these came from Sagita Coffee Stains. They're antique napkins. I made this little flower bud with a little grommet in there, and it just covers the top of the page, front and back. Then you can journal, and then I made just a little stamp to give it some interest. This is just plain. This is stamped again for journaling. This is another, these are really, really pretty doilies. And I don't know. I either got them from a Tattered Dream or Sagita's Coffee Stains. There again, another piece of parchment paper. This is just a stamp. Uh, this is a glassine bag that is empty, but I have cut the top of it off with decorative scissors like so, and then stamped across the top. Uh, this is another uh, stencil design that I have. This is another page with the corrugated um, stamp for journaling. The other side of the half page. Here's another Rita Downey corner pocket. Now this corner pocket just has a tag that I coffee stained and stamped on, and then I did not make these. I bought these at Hobby Lobby, and they're just really cool little paper clips, and they got a little pointed bottom, and they were cute. Now this is just a fold out like so that you could journal on. You could journal underneath, and it just folds down, and then I just stamped. It kind of looks like an envelope, but it really isn't. Really isn't an envelope. But you can journal on, and then here's the little tag. Then we turn the page. Here's another journaling page. Here's another um, butterfly. Now this is also um, the other side of the glassine envelope. I bought these, and these were from Signita's Coffee Stains. They're little envelopes, and she sews around on uh, book pages and secures them, and then she's made the little flower with the rib. They're just darling. But these were made from Sagita's Coffee Stain on Etsy, and they fit in the little paper bag. And I've also secured them with the paper clip. This is one of my favorite. I've been doing it a lot lately, quite frankly. This is a page that's stamped on the top of the bottom. Now this is cotton lace, and I think it is, and I did get this at Hobby Lobby. And I got this at Hobby Lobby, and I got it in the flowers department. I bought some and didn't remember, and I went back and looked and looked and looked and couldn't find it. And I said, well, maybe you don't have it anymore. I was so disappointed. It's 3 inches wide. It's a cotton lace. She said, well, go look in the flowers because they have different kinds of ribbons and whatever. Well, there they were. They did have them in white and kind of a, I don't know, kind of a grayish, greenish color, but I really do like this. So I bought several pieces of it in case they do quit making it. And then I also just have a tag with a stamp on it with a little paper clip on the bottom. Now, this is a little booklet per se. It says the story, and the story begins, and then you open it, and it's lined where you could journal on when the story began. So that's in the little belly band. I love the belly band. It's one of my favorites. Now, this is the center of our signature. I took an envelope that was already completed, put together, whatever, other than the flap. I opened up the flap and laid it in the center and stitched in my, and it is a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, stitched in my signature. Then I glued down the flap. So at that point in time, it's all enclosed. But I cut off the bottom of the envelope, which opened it up, and then I punched in a thumb pull, and I glued it on two sides, and made a pocket out of the back. Now, I usually don't cover it up like that, but I did because I wanted to make a nice pocket in the back. And in the pocket is just a flashcard for interest. And it does fit. Oh, okay. There we go. Now, come on, Nellie. I know you fit. There's inside, when you cut that open, there's some, there we go. And then here's another little book, wishing you all things fabulous. And I put friends down here, opens up, and then you can journal. Now this is an index, a plain index card, a large one, 6 and let's see, I really like these. This is 8 by 5, 5 by 8 index card, unlined, and I, of course, coffee dyed them and da da da. So you could write on this as well. I make books out of these little cards, so that fits in there. So that's the center of our signature. Here again, we have another glassine envelope, and I've stamped on it here. Now, when you stamp on the glassine, I use archival ink, excuse me, and stamped on it, and then I heat set it with my heat gun. Otherwise, it won't stay, and it'll run, and it's not dry. And then this is from the paper collection, uh, from a Victorian Diary from Screech Owl Studios. That's what I've used throughout the whole journal, and I've got it in there. And then I also, oh, I forgot to put something back. Oops, that goes the other way. What happened here? Oh, this one up here, didn't it? I sometimes put these on simply because some of the heavier things can fall out of the pockets. Another stencil design. This is another one of those cards from A Tattered Dream. There again, I'm sure it is, or Screech Owl Studios, but it has A Tattered Dream. Another half page, another stenciled butterfly, another half page to journal on. This is plain. Here we have the back side of the glassine envelope. Now this come out of the paper collection, and it's just a coin envelope with nothing in it, so you could put pictures or whatever you'd like in there, and then on the glassine I stenciled one of the stencils that I used throughout the book. Get in there. It's hard to, there we go. And then I've again secured this with, because sometimes the glassine is slick and it will slide out. This is another line journaling page, another doily with the calligraphy paper, and this is a large butterfly stencil. And then down at the bottom, I got some teensy weensy little stamps. It says friends. Until you spread your wings, you have no idea how far you'll fly. And then here's a stencil, and then another distress. These are vintage. These are vintage, and I think they are from Signita Coffee's studio. Another half butterfly. Just love that one stenciled on. Another doily, and then this is the back. Now the back is one of the halves. When you print these out, you got an 8.5 by 11 paper, and you'll have this one and another one side by side, which you could fold in half and make a book cover. But I cut them in half like I did this. These were together, and I cut them in half to use this and this. I also cut this one off, rounded the corner, took the bottom part, and made a pocket. This is an antique doily from, it's either Signita or A Tattered Dream, and then I just stamped on it. But these were all stained, and they're beautiful. They're small doilies. And then I got Follow Your Dreams. I stamped that on there. And then again, I have another little bag that I cut the top off with a decorative scissor and put that in. This again is another envelope. I bought these from Signita's Coffee. Open it up, and inside I made a fold out, and it's got a Tiffany. It's my new stamp, Tiffany and Company. And opened it up, and then I lined it so you could journal on it. Fold it up, fold it back, and then it fits in the envelope for your little secret messages. And I stopped it with, of course, a little stop, and this fits in like so. And this is just another tag that I coffee dyed and stamped with uh, the decorative uh, paperclip. So that is our book, and this is the back. The book is just plain. Now I will put my little insignia on there as my handmade G whatever. I haven't done that yet, but then secured it with the coffee dyed seam binding, which I love, love, love. It was white, and I out of frame one. So there's our little 40 page. It's got 40 page. It's got 10 pages. Front and back is 20 times front and back is 40. And that was one of our requirements in the one I made for my next swap at Junk Journal Junkies. This, as I say, I will have on my consignment uh, area. It's for various things, but I always do books and minis and whatever. I've got several on there, but I will be adding this one within a day or so. It's a Victorian Diary. My name is Gwen, craftyladydesigns.com. And as I say, I use Signita's coffee stains, and I use a Victorian Diary from Screech Owl Studios, and other various items from A Tattered Dream. If there's anything in there that I used, I left out, I apologize. I really have tried to remember what I used because, I use a lot from Etsy. This is from Hobby Lobby, the lace here. So if there's any questions, please comment below. If you haven't signed up to follow me, please do. I would appreciate it. And give me a thumbs up. Again, I would appreciate that as well. Um, and if there are any questions that I could help you with, just email me or at gcaststeel@comcast.net, or just leave some comments below, and I'll try to get back with you as soon as possible. So thank you for joining me, and have a great day.